She said it so casually. "Why can't you be successful like my ex?" Her tone was almost playful, but the words landed like glass under my skin. I smiled, just slightly, enough to hide the storm brewing inside. "I guess you're right," I said. "He was better." Then I excused myself, walked into the kitchen and poured a drink, one that tasted like control. She didn't see the shift happen, but that sentence, it rewired something in me. When I met her, she was the kind of woman who could convince you that love was a reward, something you earned if you were lucky enough to stand beside her. She had that soft confidence, that dangerous charm. She'd touch your arm mid-conversation and make you believe you mattered. Back then, she admired my ambition, my quiet focus. She said it made her feel safe. I thought that meant something real. But over time, her admiration turned to comparison, then to complaint, then to contempt. The first time she mentioned her ex, it was harmless, a story about how he took her to Dubai once. The fifth time, it was how he just knew how to treat a woman. By the 10th, it was how he never settled. And I started to realize I wasn't in a relationship. I was in a competition I never signed up for. The betrayal wasn't loud. It was quiet. A late-night smile at her phone, a name she said too softly, a message I wasn't meant to see. "I miss how easy it was with you." She deleted it seconds later, but I'd already seen enough. That's the thing about betrayal. It's not the act itself. It's the ease with which they do it, the comfort, the confidence that you won't notice. I didn't confront her. I didn't shout. I watched. And in that silence, I learned more than I ever could from her words. She'd been keeping him as her emotional backup, calling him when we fought, texting him after our arguments, crying to him about me. She wasn't in love with either of us. She was in love with the attention. The night she made that successful ex comment, I knew what I'd do. It wasn't rage that drove me. It was precision. The next morning, I found his number. She'd mentioned enough details over the months for me to track him down. A few calls, a few searches, easy. When he picked up, his voice carried that smug tone I'd imagined. "Yeah?" I kept it simple. "Hey man, you don't know me, but you probably know who I'm calling about. She's been calling you, crying, talking about missing what you had. Just thought you should know, she's still with me." There was silence on the other end. Then a single, quiet, "What?" I hung up before he could say anything else. Within an hour, she started pacing around the house, her phone in her hand, her voice sharp and panicked. "He blocked me!" she shouted. "I don't know why." I just looked at her, calm, controlled. "Maybe he finally moved on," I said. She stared at me like she'd just recognized a stranger. Because she had. The next few days were chaos for her. She cried, she screamed, she accused me of ruining her backup plan, her words slipping out in a fit of frustration. There it was, the confession she didn't mean to give. She hadn't loved me, she'd been managing me, keeping me close enough to stay comfortable, but not enough to matter. I packed my things that night. No fight, no lecture, just silence. She tried to stop me, tears streaming, begging me not to overreact. Overreact? That's what they always say when you finally stop accepting disrespect. A month later, I saw her again, at a cafe, alone, scrolling through her phone like she was searching for a new lifeline. She looked up and froze when she saw me. "Hey," she said softly, "you look different." I smiled. "I guess I'm more successful now." Her eyes flickered. She didn't get the joke. Or maybe she did, and it just hurt too much to show it. I left her there, mid-sentence, realizing for the first time that her power was gone, not because I took revenge, but because I took my silence. You see, revenge isn't about destruction, it's about clarity. It's about letting them see themselves without the reflection you once provided. She wanted to measure me against her ex. Now she has no one left to compare. And me? I learned that love doesn't need to be loud, but revenge, the kind that ends in peace, should always be quiet. Because nothing cuts deeper than watching someone realize they can't manipulate you anymore. That's the real success she never saw coming.